Sydney, Tuesday, 8/7 Central on CBS.
Finally tonight, we've got the perfect story for the end of a rough holiday weekend. The TSA announced its 2024 canine calendar with the cutest pooches who keep the skies safe thanks to their incredible nose for explosives. This year's top dog is Dina, a 3-year-old German short-haired pointer who works at Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas. Just 15 of the more than 1,000 canines working across the nation were selected for this year's honor, and you can print your own calendar at TSA.gov. I'd say that's picture perfect. That's tonight's CBS Evening News. Good night.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us here for News 40 at 6. I'm Michael Ridgway.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome into a Monday evening after a chilly day today.
Yes, definitely cold, and I think it's going to get a little bit colder tonight, isn't it, Chris?
A lot colder.
A lot colder.
This morning was chilly. Wait until tonight as skies begin to clear. In fact, they're already clear. This morning we had a few clouds around. They moved out pretty quickly, revealing a sunny day. Now that we're absent of any clouds, temperatures will be allowed to really fall off later this evening. Tonight, we're talking about low to mid-20s for overnight lows, a clear, cold night, even with a little bit of a west breeze at 7. 24 here in the city. Could be colder out in the countryside. A look at the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Michael?
All right, our top story tonight, decorations. Of course, you want to be the talk of the neighborhood, but you don't want to risk anything either. In the studio tonight is News 40's Carlisle Coppins with some safety tips.
Nothing can ruin a holiday more than Christmas tree fire or someone getting injured from a decorating accident. I spoke to BGMU and the University of Kentucky, a program coordinator, and I learned that there are a few things you may want to avoid. Take a look. Holiday lights, delicious holiday dishes, and sweet-smelling candles can lead to a big disaster if you are not careful.
We all get excited for the holidays, and we all get focused on preparing for them and gifts and decorations and things like that. But ultimately, it's really, really important not to cut corners on safety.
One of the leading causes of injuries is people not being cautious of what decorations they're putting up. Injuries can happen because of frayed wires on Christmas trees or too many lights connected to the same power strip.
It's important to be safe, especially around the holidays. Lights can present an electrical hazard, so you want to make sure that your lights are in good working order.
During holiday breaks, you may want to be more carefree in your daily activities. But when it comes to a typical tradition like lighting candles, it's important to remain cautious.
There's certainly more fires typically over the holidays, and anytime you have more fires, there are going to be more fire-related injuries. Some years it's not as bad as others, but typically the holidays are a very high-risk period.
Not putting your safety on the back burner won't just help you, it will also help those around you.
It's always better to be safe than sorry, and just to really take your time. You don't want to put others at risk. It's just always important to stay safe when you can, when accidents are avoidable.
Make sure that you're being more mindful by checking those old Christmas lights before you hang them up and making sure that those sweet-smelling candles are not near anything flammable. For more helpful holiday tips, visit WNKY.com later tonight. Michael?
And while you're out there hanging up decorations, Carlisle, if you're shopping for any child this season, remember to keep their safety in mind as well. Oftentimes, kids will want the most popular toy, something they see other kids with or heard them talking about. But those things are not always safe. Do they have small parts, marbles, button batteries, or anything that could be a choking hazard? Do they often have broken pieces or sharp edges? Some toys require supervision, but it is always important to look at warnings, inspect safety standards, and make sure the toy is age appropriate.
If you have children of multiple ages in your home, that if it's something that is age appropriate for an older child, that you have those things stored in separate play areas and maybe have rules in place that you can only play with these things in your room and stay in your room so that a younger child doesn't gain access to those things.
Healthcare professionals recommend toys such as large puzzles, blocks, a busy board, books, card games, jump ropes, or balls. It's nice to give kids gifts they want, but be aware of safety standards and warnings while shopping to keep your kids safe. Well, it's a type of depression that can happen during the changing seasons. Most of the time, those experiencing seasonal affective disorder feel it in the fall and winter. Some might not know they have it at all. In today's Health Minute, we take a look at the 5 signs of this disorder and how you can cope. The weather is changing. The days feel shorter, it's colder, more dreary, and getting darker earlier. These can all be triggers for seasonal affective disorder.
And it occurs in 1 to 10% of Americans. It's more common amongst females and people who live in colder climates.
Psychologist Susan Albers with Cleveland Clinic says this disorder is caused by a shift in the seasons, which disrupts our circadian rhythms with less sun exposure.
This in turn interrupts our natural internal clock. As a result, there is a drop in serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that regulates our mood, as well as melatonin, which regulates sleep.
Albers says to watch out for 5 signs: feeling down or unmotivated, loss of interest in things you used to enjoy, shifts in appetite like eating more or craving carbohydrates, changes in sleep, usually sleeping too much, and loss of energy.
The symptoms are similar to depression, but they are much milder and they pass when the spring arrives.
Albers says light lamps can help. They mimic outdoor light. She recommends 20 minutes each morning. Since you're not getting as much vitamin D from the sun, eat foods rich in it. Albers suggests salmon, mushrooms, eggs, fortified bread and milk. And finally, try cognitive behavioral therapy.
This will help to change some of the negative thoughts you're having during the winter months, as well as establish healthy routines around sleeping and eating.
Well, November is National Home Care Month, and if you're looking for a home care program, MedCenter Health is providing one to South Central Kentucky. A program with a wide range of services offering skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy to those who can't make it out to outpatient meets or appointments or meet with physicians. Home health services are used to go into the home and assess the needs of individual patients beyond their physical health. Do they need a new ramp, a bedside toilet, or shower chairs? What can help them be more comfortable in the house?
Going into the holiday season, a lot of people want to be able to stay home. They want to, not have to go to a long-term care facility or an inpatient facility. So if it, most people, if at all possible, want to be home on the holidays. So, we try to help provide the services to help keep them at home.
Care delivered in the home has great value in the healthcare industry, empowering clients to take control of their health and independence while in the comfort of their own home. And still to come on News 40 at 6, today is the first of 3 days of remembrance events for former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. The latest details from Atlanta in just a bit, but first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is in with a full look at your forecast.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
Trapped with in-laws this holiday season?
Did you hear the owl?
Escape to any of our 2,400 locations with the Planet Fitness Black Card. Also bring a friend for free and get access to the Black Card Spa. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends November 30th.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable year-round with exclusive Energy Smart technology. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com. Because life is too precious to be put on hold.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time.
Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does. The UPS store on Scottsville Road is your one-stop for personal and professional services. We offer printing, shipping and packing, notary, mailboxes, and much more. Locally owned and operated. The UPS store on Scottsville Road.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or use your Red Tag bonus cash to get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Visit Campbell Chevrolet or Don Franklin Chevrolet.
It's time for Nat's annual Christmas Bikes for Kids.
And you can help by donating a new or gently used bike
at Nat's Outdoor Sports. The bike shop at Nat's Outdoor Sports will make any needed repairs.
And the Bowling Green JCs will distribute bikes to underprivileged children throughout our community.
Nat's will be accepting new and used bikes until December 5th. Nat's Bikes for Kids, sponsored by WNKY News 40.
I'll hit Woohoo 107.
And these great sponsors.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
Welcome back to News 40. I'm Michael Ridgway, joined by Weather Chief Chris Allen, who I've come to learn doesn't like me very much. Chris, it's going to be kind of hot next week.
What?
It's going to be kind of hot next week. And you know,
wait a minute. Before, I don't like you that much?
Because it's going to be hot next week.
Oh, I see.
Not just in general, no.
I see.
No, I'm very fond of you, Chris. I hope the same. But
no, yes, absolutely.
But lately, I feel like there's been a lot of up and down.
There is a lot of up and down.
Yeah.
Right now, it's down.
Right now it's down, but it's going to go
stay down.
Yeah, it's going to go up.
It's going to go up.
Yeah.
It's going to go up. All right, here's a look at what's going on right now. A milder feel is coming, but we've got to wait for a while because it is cold right now, and thanks to the overall flow in the jet stream, you can see the big dive here, which is where we're getting all that cold polar air from the north just shooting all the way down into the Great Lakes and the Ohio and the Tennessee River valleys. That changes over time as we go through the rest of the week. Much milder air from the south will start to take over by Wednesday, and then toward the end of the week, it is going to feel a lot better. In fact, here's a look at the temperature trend over the next 7 days. We only go to, well, struggle, let's put it that way, to even reach 40 tomorrow. But then there we go. By Wednesday, we start to see an upward trend toward the 60-degree mark and more in line with where we should be this time of the year. In fact, the normal is 55. We'll be even at a low 60s by Sunday, which will feel much better. And I think we're going to stay there for at least a little while before we cool back down once again. But we're cooling down right now. It's 37 in Bowling Green at the airport. A west wind coming in at 5. That produces a wind chill of 33. Humidity is rather dry. And look at that dew point all the way down to 19. That's not a precursor of things to come as far as low temperatures, but we're going to be in the 20s, I think, tonight for sure. There may be a couple of places that go 19, 20, 21 for overnight lows by tomorrow morning. 44 was our high today, 11 degrees colder than the average of 55, and 33 is where we started this morning, although some of you that were back west of Bowling Green got those 20s this morning because your skies were clear and our skies here from Bowling Green east were all cloudy. Now those clouds have moved further east, high pressure beginning to build in now, but it's not going to warm us up that much. By early tomorrow morning, maybe some patchy fog and even a few clouds, but the winds are going to continue to be out of the north and west tomorrow, which means we're not going to warm up much at all. In fact, as you see, we stay in that blue hue here, which means we're going to stay chilly in the 40s. We're not going to warm up tomorrow much at all. It won't be until Wednesday do we start to see a more southerly flow kicking in. With lots of sunshine, I think we'll be back into the 50s where we should be this time of the year. But tonight, 24, clear and cold. There will even be a little bit of a light westerly wind to make it feel even colder. And then tomorrow, only near 40, despite the sunshine. After that, we do warm it up, and Christmas parades, well, we've got Friday night and all day Saturday. There will be some rain, even some thunderstorms on Friday. It's not going to wash out the parades. Everything will be fine, I think. It looks like much of the rain that we see on Friday will be before the parade on Friday night in Smiths Grove. Here's what's coming up tonight on CBS 40.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky, but don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
Recovery is strength.
Recovery is courage.
For me, recovery is freedom. My road to recovery is full of pain.
It redeemed me from a life of pain, darkness, and complete oblivion.
Recovery showed me a strength I didn't know that I had.
Addiction is part of my past, and my past has been redeemed.
Find the courage to live a healthier you.
For strength against addiction, visit landmarkrecovery.com
or call 866-LANDMARK
today.
For more than a decade, Morgan's Fresh Cut Trees has been supplying your family with trees, wreaths, and everything in between. Come find the perfect tree for your family. Morgan's Fresh Cut Trees, located next to the Lost River Cave gift shop.
Start your day off with Rich Pond Market and Deli. With a wide selection of breakfast favorites and our world-famous tenderloin biscuits, you'll be sure to dig the pig, where the community comes to meet and eat. Rich Pond Market and Deli.
Aboard Santa's Lookout Express! Don't miss this holiday train ride through the lights near Bowling Green, Kentucky. Book your seat now at santaslookout.com.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
It's time for Nat's annual Christmas Bikes for Kids.
And you can help by donating a new or gently used bike.
At Nat's Outdoor Sports. The bike shop at Nat's Outdoor Sports will make any needed repairs.
And the Bowling Green JCs will distribute bikes to underprivileged children throughout our community.
Nat's will be accepting new and used bikes until December 5th. Nat's Bikes for Kids, sponsored by WNKY News 40.
I'll hit Woohoo 107.
And these great sponsors.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 4:30 on CBS 40.
Well, it was a holiday weekend for the record books. Americans have been packing into airports, jostling at checkout, and loading up their online shopping carts in droves. Mike Valerio breaks down all these broken records.
Where they're taking off or checking out. Americans were setting records over the Thanksgiving holiday.
The Thanksgiving holiday period always has the busiest travel day of the entire year for us.
Thank you. The Transportation Security Administration says Sunday was the busiest day at U.S. airports ever. Yes, ever. With more than 2.9 million passengers screened at TSA checkpoints nationwide, 10% higher than the equivalent day last year.
Airports are very busy, flights are full, travel is back in the United States.
From the skies to the stores.
It's really the Super Bowl for the businesses and merchants.
Amped up Americans were spending big on Black Friday to the tune of an estimated $9.8 billion, with sales made from mobile devices accounting for more than half of all purchases.
The heroes here seem to be the U.S. consumer. They are strong and resilient, and they're buying.
While while the early morning storefront stampede may be a thing of the past, brick and mortar visits were up 4.6% over last year, according to Sensormatic Solutions. Some shoppers looking to maintain tradition.
One of my favorite activities is going out and Black Friday shopping with my mom when I come home.
And some willing to go the distance to get discounts.
I got up at 1 a.m. this morning because it's like a 2-hour drive.
But the spending spree isn't over yet. Adobe Analytics predicts consumers will shell out $12 billion today, cashing in on Cyber Monday deals, which would set another retail record for the books. In Los Angeles, I'm Mike Valerio.
Today, President Joe Biden is launching the White House Council on Supply Chain Resilience. He'll announce more than 30 new actions to strengthen the critical supply chains. It's an effort to keep the pandemic-era consumer goods shortages from ever happening again. The council is made up of senior White House officials and cabinet members. Biden is also announcing that he is invoking the Defense Production Act amid drug shortages. The move will permit $35 million of investments in the manufacturing of key medicines. Moving to national news now, where the public began honoring the life of former First Lady Rosalynn Carter today, with several events in her memory. CBS's Skylar Henry is in Atlanta with more on the somber processions.
Past and present members of the Carter's Secret Service detail carried Rosalynn Carter's casket and flanked the hearse as it left a medical center near Plains, Georgia. Family members followed to the Georgia Southwestern State University Health and Human Sciences complex named for Mrs. Carter. They laid twin wreaths in her honor, and crowds gathered to watch the motorcade go by. This is the first of 3 days of remembrance events for the former First Lady, who died last week at the age of 96.
I just thank you especially for the life of Rosalynn Carter and what she means to each and every single one of us.
The Carter's niece prayed for the former First Lady at the Carter's beloved Maranatha Baptist Church on Sunday.
Mourners and visitors have been flocking here to the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library and Museum here in Atlanta. The former First Lady's body will lie in repose through this evening.
She was wonderful. She always remembered to talk about my son.
Meredith Evans is the director here and got to know Mrs. Carter personally.
For me, this is a day of really considering and thinking about all that she's done and what she personally may mean to you or to me.
The public is invited to pay respects through the evening. A memorial service is set for Tuesday. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Atlanta.
Well, so to come on News 40 at 6, News 40's Patrick Carey's in the studio with a look at your sports. We'll be right back.
We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
I was sitting at a red light, and a truck came up behind me and didn't see me until he hit me. And somebody said, call Flora. She really took care of business. I wasn't running back and forth to the office or anything. All I had to do was call. I was very happy with the settlement. It was more than fair. It was like I was restored. I felt restored.
The Leachman Christmas Spectacular is officially back at Leachman Buick GMC. With your in-store vehicle purchase, take home a 55-inch smart TV. With incredible offers on all new and pre-owned inventory, drive home in your new Terrain for as low as $299 a month. Or check out all our deals on wheels at LeachmanAuto.com. And while it's fun to receive, we can't wait to give. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a 55-inch smart TV.
How does your Santa relax? Rocking? Maybe he glides. Or is he a reclining Santa? Whatever makes him happy, Ford's Furniture has it in our huge selection of recliners and accent chairs. On sale now at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger over a T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a deal, relax with some Hydra Massage feels. Instead of in-laws in your face.
Did you hear the owl?
Get some space at any of our 2,400 locations with the PF Black Card. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends November 30th.
I'm Julie Milam. Join me for Community Driven on News 40 at noon. Every Wednesday, I'll be joined by community leaders to discuss the success of events and how you can get involved.
Community Driven, brought to you by Window World of Bowling Green.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable year-round with exclusive Energy Smart technology. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com. Because life is too precious to be put on hold.
Welcome into sports. We continue with our high school basketball previews around the area. The Warren East Lady Raiders come into the new year after winning just one region game last season and falling to Barron County in the district tournament. The team will look to bounce back in the 15th district this year with a group of girls who share a tight bond. Lady Raiders head coach Jenny Neville spoke on how the team will look to turn the heads this season.
We're just ready to go play somebody else and see what we think is an improvement, and I think that I know we're going to be successful this year. We just got to get out there, and we've got a lot of heads to turn and a lot of people that are counting us out, and that's fine. We're ready for that challenge.
And the boys team enters their next campaign after winning the 15th district last season and falling to Warren Central in the region tournament. The team is younger this year after losing 7 seniors. They will look to build a new chemistry on the court. Raiders head coach Kyle Bangy spoke on how he believes this team will grow as the season goes on.
We'll return 3 starters from last year. We're going to be playing a lot of younger guys, so we might take some lumps early in the season. But like we've talked about before, it really doesn't matter how we're playing in November or December. It really matters how we're playing, the beginning of January, February, leading into the postseason.
Well, WK Lady Toppers were in action over the weekend. The Tops participated in the Gulf Coast Showcase, taking on Kansas State, Vermont, and Purdue Fort Wayne. WK went 1-2 in the 3 games, beating Vermont, but falling to Kansas State and Purdue Fort Wayne. The Tops are now 6-3 on the young season and will have the week off before traveling to Oregon State to take on the Beavers this upcoming weekend. Well, WKU Hoops was also in action over the weekend. The Tops participated in the Northern Classic in Canada, taking on Bowling Green, Kansas, and UNC Asheville. The men's team also went 1-2 over the weekend, with the only win being against Bowling Green in Ohio, of course. The team will return to Diddle Arena on Wednesday, hosting Campbellsville at 7 p.m. Well, over the weekend, WKU Volleyball officially heard their name called in Selection Sunday show for the upcoming NCAA tournament. This is the 16th time the program has been in the tournament, and the Tops will head to Knoxville for a matchup with Coastal Carolina. If WKU gets that win, they will advance and face off against the winner of Tennessee and High Point. Here were head coach Travis Hudson's thoughts about this year's journey.
Excited. I mean, this is the week you work for all season long. Our 16th NCAA tournament's pretty remarkable to think about. The work started in January to replace kids like Katie Eisenbarger and Lauren Matthews, and to be sitting here, back in the NCAA tournament, just excited. I'm excited because our team is playing well, and I think our team is confident, and so I'm looking forward to this first challenge.
Well, WKU football closed out the 2023 regular season with a win over FIU on Saturday night. The Tops took care of business in Miami, topping the Panthers 41-28. Austin Reed led the way with 280 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, earning Conference USA Offensive Player of the Week. WKU finishes the regular season 7-5. and will now wait for their bowl game selection. And finally, the Governor's Cup rivalry did not disappoint in Louisville as the Cards hosted the Kentucky Wildcats. The rivalry game was a shootout as the Cats stunned the Cards 38-31. Ray Davis led the way with 3 touchdowns, including the game winner late in the 4th quarter. Kentucky has now won 5 straight against Louisville. Here were both head coaches' thoughts after the Battle of the Commonwealth.
They found a way to pick themselves back up and to finish strong in a game that's important. It's important for us to elevate where we want to go in a bowl. It's important to us to finish. It's important to us and our fans to bring that Governor's Cup back home.
So we didn't deserve to win. They did, and you know we've got work to do. We've got to now go play a really, really good opponent, and if we can't get those things corrected, it will not be a fun day for us. So we've got a lot of work to do this week.
What a game that was on Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I thought it would be a lot closer.
Yeah, it looks like Mark Stoops is staying now at Kentucky with that win based off his tweet over the weekend. So there were some rumors that he was going to go to Texas A&M, but then he said that win showed him that he wanted to stay at Kentucky.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Well, we have some exciting news. If you bet on that game and you lost, I'm sorry. But here at the station, we are celebrating Morgan Hoover and her husband, Kenny. They just had a baby.
Yay.
They just welcomed their new daughter, Hillary D, into the world. Baby Hillary was born around noon today. And both Hillary and Morgan are doing great. We look forward to having Morgan back with us each evening after the new year. Congratulations so much, guys. And hopefully you're home where it's nice and warm. Hopefully everybody's home where it's nice and warm, because right now it's not too bright outside.
It's not. It's going to be a cold night. 24 clear and cold with a west wind at 7 tomorrow. Not much warmer. It's going to be chilly despite sunshine. We're only going to make it up to about 40.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us here for News 40 at 6. We'll see you back here at 10 p.m.
Appreciate that. Thank y'all. I appreciate that now. Yeah, I do. Well, welcome to Family Feud, everybody. I'm your man, Steve Harvey. Well, we got a good one for you today, y'all. Returning for their 4th day with a total of $40,830 from Decatur, Georgia. It's the Champs, it's Crowder family. And from Richmond, Virginia, it's the Bruce family. Everybody's here trying to win themselves some cash, and somebody might have a